I'm so happy to see you all here after the Abrint event and after the many tours to nice places. Almost sooner or later, we ended up with a glass of beer. So clap your hands because we completed our work this week. And it's a pleasure to have you with us. And Alvaro came here to discuss a serious thing. We asked him to be serious about it. So we also wanted to bring this presentation. Thomas said a bit jokingly that, but what Thomas was saying was serious. Every year we receive many presentations that make our life difficult to evaluate. And then there are people that say, and why didn't you put my paper? We didn't understand anything. So I'll give you a very short presentation where you will have the following privilege, and it is that from now on we're opening the call for presentations for call for papers of LACNOG 2025. That you know, it will be from October the 6th to 9th LACNOG 2025 in El Salvador. And so there we will have two modalities, the same ones that we've had so far. They will be short 10-minute presentations, 5 minutes for Q&As, and standard 20-minute presentations with 5 minutes for Q&As. I think that is something we already know. Now here you have the key themes. Of course, there could be more, and even you're going to receive an email where we describe it further with some additional points. This is something that Thomas did. Thank you, Thomas, for having organized the themes and make it easier to understand. However, we know that we're going to receive papers of things about we have no idea about. There are people that say, "Oh, there's an event," and then they send something applied mathematics. The paper may be very good, but it's not the sort of thing that we would discuss at one of our events. So those are the key lines where we are going to work in 2025, but it's not exclusive of you don't have to limit yourself to these 8 lines, but it must always have to do with network operations, internet and technology and related technologies. Something that is extremely important. How do you apply? Well, there you have the link of the website where you can upload your papers, but it is important to consider what do you have to send. It's not one or the other. You have to send everything. An abstract, the draft of the slides for evaluation purposes, a short bio, and your picture. We received a presentation and say slide 1 and the heading 2, and you put here I will put this or that. No, I imagine what you can put in each slide, but I need you to develop the idea so that I can evaluate it. Or sometimes they don't say the abstract and they send the slides. What I mean is all the papers that are uploaded in the platform but are not including everything will be automatically discarded. So take your time and prepare your documentation well so that you can classify for as a speaker at LACNOG 2025. We're going to receive papers from today till July 11th. we don't want any misunderstandings. We are going to include this in the call, but the time zone for closing the presentations is UTC -3, that is Uruguay. UTC -3. Only that. If you think that it's not midnight in California, yes, it's true, it's not midnight yet, but the time zone taken as a reference is UTC -3. The evaluation of the programs committee will be done from July 21st to 30, and there we'll announce the results and we'll confirm with the speakers from July 31st to August the 5th. And this is important because there are some people that submit a paper and then they decide not to go because they offered them a honeymoon trip to Africa. But it's good to know it ahead of time so that we can complete our agenda. So it's important for everybody presenting papers to state whether they'll be available remote or in person with us at LACNOG 2025. And an important thing that was not included in what Tomas put. Well, in addition to avoiding animations in your slides whenever possible, try not to do any real-time demos. That always goes wrong. Always wrong. The port is not working, the network crashes, and so we don't have much time. So if you're going to give any demos, record it. Record, put it in a video, and we'll run it. But move away from real-time demos to show that that those in which you intend to show that what you're saying is true. The publication of the agenda will be done from August 6th to 9th, and this is important so that people may organize their trips well in advance. And those that are thinking of going to the event may think what are the contents and what are the speakers, and so that they can assess and see the quality of the agenda. So hopefully we'll have very good papers. The final version should be received from August 10 and September 22nd. Yes, you're right. There are always some speakers that always request updates because really sometimes you have sometimes you can change, you want to enrich the presentation, so a couple of days before the event they may upload a new version. That is valid, but please let us know at the committee that there's a new version to ensure that we always have the latest version in our publications and in the version that you are going to use there.
So please don't leave this for the last minute. Like Thomas said, well, I come with a pen drive. So please do this with some time ahead of time. And of course, making this the presentation very a good presentation. So, and LACNOG will be from October the 6th to the 10th. Very rapidly, allow me to introduce the program committee. The program committee, and you have seen some of these. Ergan Mogilevsky, please stand up so we can see you. Gustavo Mercado, who isn't here today, but he joined us remotely in one of the presentations during the LACNIC Technical Forum, so you've seen him on the screen. Marcela Obiscay, who's here. Here's Marcela. Carlos Martinez, who unfortunately couldn't come for health reasons, but you know Carlos. Jaime Olmos from the University of Guadalajara, Mexico, who didn't join us this time, but you've probably met him. Thomas Lynch, whom you just saw, and yours truly. So the program committee is in charge of selecting, assessing the papers and following the entire process to prepare a great agenda and that is of interest so that you can make the most of that event. So having said that, I'd like to close here, and this would be the end of this brief LACNOG session. Once again, we would like to thank all the people who contributed to the success of this small session, as well as I'd like to thank all the other people who make this event a successful event, LACNIC's staff, the interpreters. So this is a team that is behind the work we do and behind everything that is done. And there are many things that are done behind the scenes. So this is a successful event. So see you in LACNOG 2025. Tell your colleagues to submit papers, to submit proposals. Many people are working on wonderful things and they don't share these. So please, we urge you to submit papers for the October event. Thank you for joining us today.
Ah, bien.